The National Broadcasting Empire. We own your news. We own your mind, and we own your world.
It is official. Monday the 8th of August, 2011, kicked off the end of the world. I'm Paul Rogers, and this is the National Broadcasting Empire's World News. Greetings. It is gloom and doom, as banks loaded down with foreclosures and bad loans shuffle through a burned-out economy. Banks are still not lending to domestic borrowers. Record high spending on war and political inaction is driving down the United States credit rating. Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin said Monday night that she predicted the credit rating downgrade way back in the 1980s.
Don't ya know, I'm surprised that so many people seem surprised by S&P's decision. Even a bulldog with lipstick just knew this was coming.
Standard & Poor's explained late Friday why it chose to downgrade U.S. debt, pointing to the debt reduction plan passed last week, which the company said falls short due to Republicans' refusal of proposed tax increases, and Democrats' refusal to cut Medicare and Social Security spending, left the final product about $2 trillion short of the $4 trillion 10-year goal. The Dow had plunged 634 points Monday, on the first day of trading since Standard & Poor's cut the U.S. credit rating. But after the Federal Reserve made its statement, which included a pledge to keep interest rates at their record low until at least the middle of 2013, stocks rallied. This, however, led to the dollar radically tumbling against the world's favorite safe haven currencies, the Japanese yen and the Swiss franc.
If we could afford a jihad against a bomber, we would. But with the weak dollar, and worries about a slow economy, we can't even afford a suicide bomber anymore. Things are very very bad at
$1 واحد في الشهر يمكنك دعم الإرهاب العالمي.
Last week, I went to the ATM in Kabul. We needed money to pay President Asif Ali Zardari to stay in Pakistan, but we had insufficient funds. Very very bad times for us.
Things seem to be desperate everywhere, but how is the rest of the world reporting the situation?
In the U.S., the fixation with government deficits and the intransigence of anti-tax zealots ensure that Washington is unable to create the demand needed to pull that economy out of its slump. It looks as though many politicians in Washington actually prefer deadlock and paralysis. The irresponsibility of those who seemingly welcome a default on U.S. obligations is beyond our comprehension.
自苏联解体以来，美国作为世界上唯一的超级大国，依靠其强大的军事，在国际事务中到处插手，推进霸权，不顾经济是否能支持这一点。
Here to help us understand where we should invest today is Alan Greenspan. Welcome to the program, Mr. Greenspan. Everyone is wondering where to invest their money. Have you any advice?
Cans of tuna fish.
And there you have it. Alan Greenspan says, invest in cans of tuna fish. It's the end of the world, and that means it is wise to invest in things you can eat. In other news, NBE has ordered an HIS Radeon HD 6790 DDR5 graphic card, bringing the NBE supercomputer one step closer to reality. This has been the National Broadcasting Empire's World News for week 32, 2011. As always, I'm Paul Rogers.